4 p.m. You're welcome to another session here on Hard Facts on 92.3 Nigerian Full. I'm Khaled Akurubatu and I want to have a conversation with you. Yes, so I've structured today's conversation just you and I. I think it's not becoming a habit every Thursday. Okay, is it Thursday already? No, it's a Wednesday. But yeah, let's have a conversation, you and I. Let's see. I want us to do a follow-up conversation from where we left off yesterday. Yesterday we had Libero Soshuma. By the way, yesterday was his birthday. Happy birthday once again to him. And we talked about the call for the arrest of CTC chairman in Rivers State. Remember, we've got 23 caretaker committee chairmen who are on the order of the governor leading the administration of local governments at the LGA level. But he said something, and he said something important, is that it is time that Rivers State, the people who are in power, leave whoever is a supporter, leave whoever is causing the rift, and stay in one room, lock the door, throw away the key, and say until they come to a resolution, nobody's going to leave that room. And that spurred the conversation in my head, which I would love to share with you this wonderful afternoon. Now, since October, the end of October 2023, which is about 9 months now, Rivers State has been immersed in a political quagmire. It started from impeachment. I mean, you know the story. I don't have to go, through the back and the forth or through the whole mess, right? However, what has been most particular about the political crisis in Rivers State has been the defection by about 25 lawmakers of the House of Assembly here in the state. Now, it has made all of us, you, me, everybody, a lawyer by association, as everybody now would quote the Constitution. Oh, Section 109 says this. Oh, subsection 1, subsection 2. And everybody now wants to quote the Constitution. However, like I would always say, the court is the one who has got the final say. It's the one that will come to the point of a conclusion when it interprets the Constitution or it responds to a petition before it, as we have seen with the plethora of court cases emanating from River State politics. But I want to ask this afternoon, have we over politicized? Have we taken politics to an extreme in River State? I'm also, a stakeholder, so to say, in River State. And so this conversation is dear to me, as it should be dear to you. Have we over politicized? And so the first question in my head to ask you is, looking at the about 9 months of political struggle or trouble, what have we gained as a people? Doesn't it seem like governance has been slow? And by the way, when I say governance has been slow, it is in no way me criticizing the ability or capacity of the governor of River State, but actually pointing to the fact that the back and the forth. Oh, today we are in court talking about whether they are lawmakers or they are no lawmakers. Tomorrow we are in court talking about whether some people are still PDP members or not PDP members. The next day we are in court talking about whether the budget should be submitted to Martin Ameode-led assembly or not. And that has been the distraction for over or about 9 months. So maybe you would want to agree with me that governance has been slow. And then the question then is, how has it benefited the people of Rivers State? Now, just in case you do not know, and I must have stated this before, governance is for the people. Now, as a matter of fact, our politicians are only politicians because the people allow them to be. They are there on behalf of the people. Not because they're better than you, not because they're better than your neighbor, but because they are your representatives working for you. But have they really worked for us? Have they really done things that will benefit you and I? Because if we go back to November of 2023, when the FCT minister was talking about this crisis, he mentioned, and I quote, "It is about political structure." Yes, he said it. It is about political structure. So I'm going to play the soundbite so that you would recall, or you would refresh your mind as to what the FCT minister said November of 2023 as it relates to the political structure. You know, when he talked about if they remove your base, if they remove your structure, would you still remain politically significant? You know, he made that statement. So yeah, let's take a quick listen to what he said a while back. Then I'll be back.
Say you are doing this, you are not doing that. No, I tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Anybody who knows me know too well. What I will never take is threat. That one, you know me, I will not agree. I will not agree. If heaven will come down, let heaven come down. If you like, accuse me from here to... I won't even have a sleepless night, because as far as I'm concerned, the right thing must be done. All of us want to be politically relevant. All of us want to maintain our political structure. Everybody has a base, it's not true. No. If you take my base, I'm not politically relevant. You can turn it to economic anything you want to say. It's your business. At the appropriate time, we will know who's right. I will know who's wrong.
All right, so it's about political structure. Some of you have said, oh, it's about the people. But really, is it about the people? Is it really about the people? Some say it's a liberation, but the question then, is it really a liberation? Because if it is a liberation, the question then is, if we go back and look at how things have played out in the last 9 months or thereabouts, these factions, allow me to use factions, I'm talking about, those who are pro-Wike, those who are pro-Fubara, have they had a chance to, like the lawyer pointed out yesterday, let go of their ego and say, you know what, we will fight for political structure when it's time for elections, or when it's close to elections, but for now, let us give development to the people. Have they had that opportunity? Have they had that chance? The Martina Mole and his group, the governor and his group, have they had that opportunity to say, you know what, let's melembe, like they would say, allow the people to benefit, and afterwards, we can continue fighting? Because the reason why I'm asking this is, some people have said, oh, it is automatic once you defect from a political party. Others say no, it's the speaker that would cause the defection. So let's now go to Abuja, where yesterday there was some defection that happened both at the red and green chambers. Now, the story has it, and I'm looking for the story, give me a minute, that one person from Labour Party moved to the APC, and another person from the ADC, I think, to the APC as well. Now, the Labour Party person is a senator, and he moved, and he, once again, like we have in Rivers State, pointed to the crisis in Labour Party. There's the argument as to whether there should be a convention, or there has been a convention, or whether it is was Abu Reda should be the chairman or not. There's all of that. I mean, even in River State, we saw the little drama that happened as to the chairman position of Hilda Dokubo. But according to this article, I'm going to try reading very fastly. A federal lawmaker who represents Imo East Senatorial District, Ezenwa Onyewuchi, has dumped the Labour Party for the All Progressives Congress. Now, Majority Leader of the Senate, Michael Opeyemi Bamidele, announced Onyewuchi's defection during plenary on Tuesday. Similarly, a member of the House of Representatives, Salman Idris, decamped from the African Democratic Congress to the APC. Now, the lawmaker who represents Kababunu Ijumu Federal Constituency in the Green Chamber officially announced his political decision in a letter read on the floor of the House on Tuesday by Speaker Abbas Tajuddin. Now, earlier on Tuesday, the Senate admitted Imo State Governor Opuzodinma into the Hallowed Chamber in line with Senate rules. I do have a commercial. When I do come back, I open the phone lines and once again ask the question: have we over politicized our situation in River State?
For more talk,
In 29 minutes to the top of the hour, I am Kala Dakurubatiba. This is Hard Facts. And yes, we are looking at the matter if we have over politicized issues in River State. And please, I'm not talking to a particular camp. I'm talking to everybody involved, you, the political actors, every one person involved. Have we over politicized, extremely politicized the situation? Now, you know how even in religion, sometimes they are the extremists who take it to the extra level. Have we done the same in River State as it relates to the politicking? Was this case really something? I mean, even in the fight for political structure, was it really something that we should have taken all the way at the expense of people who are trying their best to get by? Now, all the places affected by the political crisis in the state are places that tend to the masses. But while the political actors involved are, having a great time, the party, they fly to Abuja every now and then, they're having a good life. So are we doing the right thing? And I want us to remove whether you're pro governor or pro FCT minister or pro Martina Mele or pro Victor Okujumbo. That's not my concern, and that's not what the conversation is attempting to find out. What we're trying to say is remove all of this support that you do and look at the case critically. How has it affected you? How has it affected me? Have we over politicized it? Or do you think, we've done the right thing, this is the right way to go? It is for the betterment and development, political development of our state, so nobody wakes up tomorrow and does the same thing. Is that what it is? I wonder. Because yet again, I'm thinking, what is the difference between what has transpired at the National Assembly, and I stand to be corrected, and that's why it's a conversation, right? So I can listen to you. I bring up the conversations and you call in to give me your thoughts and your ideas. I can listen to you and we can have a conversation on that, right? So I'm looking, what is the difference between what has happened at the National Assembly and what has played out in River State? So have we over politicized it? I'm just asking, really. I am. Because I'm of the opinion, and I stand to be corrected one more time, that the court cases will drag on for so long. The politicians on both sides seemingly understand the political game, and so once this one goes to one court, the other one goes to another court, and then they keep doing that to maybe drag the situation or delay the situation, whatever the case may be. And guess what? At the expense of you and I. Now, if what the lawyer on the show yesterday said is true, that the activities of the CTCs are deemed illegal no matter what it is, and then after a while the CTCs go, do you know what that means? It means that we would start afresh. If it finds out that all the things Martin Amole and the others have done are illegal, it means that we would start afresh, because he said 3 people cannot form a quorum. Now, these things are dicey, and whichever side you are on, you should look at it from where I sit, and you would see that, oh man, it is really dicey for River State. It is, really. So I want to get your thoughts. Have we politicized these things to the extreme, or are we on the right path? Because, when you travel, sometimes it's okay for you to take a pause and take some kind of measurement as to how far you've traveled and if you have traveled in the right direction. And that's what I'm attempting to do on the show today. Let's look at the facts. Please, once again, let's look at the facts and let's talk for development. No assassination of anybody's. I don't once again care what side you are on. Please focus on the conversation that we're trying to have. But let's listen to Akpabio when he read the defection letter, or when he was about to read the defection letter.
The chairman of the APC governors in Nigeria to the chambers to witness this epoch movement. I also welcome all the other leaders from Imo State and the Southeast who accompanied His Excellency Obuzarima into the chamber. So you are welcome. So I'll proceed to read the letter. Distinguished Senator Ezenwa, notification of movement to the All Progressives Congress. I, Senator Ezenwa Francis Onyewuchi, representing the good people of Imo East Senatorial District, elected under the Labour Party, after due consultation with my family and constituents, right to formally notify you and my distinguished colleagues of my resignation as member of the Labour Party and my formal declaration for the All Progressives Congress, the APC. This decision is due to the intractable division and crisis in the Labour Party that sponsored my earlier election into the Nigerian Senate.
All right. One thing I have gleaned, I know I said I'm going to open the phone lines, is that when it suits their collective interests, irrespective of the party they belong. I mean, I want to believe there were PDP members there. I want to believe there were other Labour, no, I don't know if there's another Labour Party person, but I want to believe there were PDP members there. Yes, there's another Labour Party, right? Senator Ireti, but nobody clamored and said, oh, no, not this. So have we the people now, the supporters, this is why the conversation is focused on you. We the people, have we... Anyways, enough of me asking a question. I'm going to the phone lines now. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. What are your thoughts? Have we over politicized governance in Rivers State? Have we enabled all of this as a people, really? Have we enabled it? Whether we are pro this or pro that, have we enabled it? Have we enabled all of these structures? Remember earlier I played the voice clip of His Excellency Yeston Wike talking about fight for structure. Did we enable all of these things? Are we willing tools in the hands of the politicians? Shouldn't we be clamoring? Shouldn't we be, going to the Martin Amelde-led assembly, the Victor Okojumbo-led assembly, the government house, and picketing these places and say to these actors that the people are suffering and we want governance. We don't care about who's right or who's strong or who's not. I mean, we care about who's right, but who's strong, I don't think we do care. We want the people to be governed. Anyways, once again, 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. I'm going to start taking calls now. 92.3 Nigeria Info. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Man of the people, Kalada. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Please tell me your name.
Gift from Yenegoa.
All right, Gift, welcome.
I've been telling us that it is not automatic. You can see for yourself. Thank God. See what happened in the green?
All right.
The speaker ruled out somebody who stood up to protest, to say the seat is supposed to be vacant. And the Speaker of the House of Reps overruled him, and that was the end of that issue. The truth of the matter is this: we used to, tell ourselves, lie, like your program, hard fact. It is only the Speaker. I said whether you're a professor and you're not a professor, it does not matter. That is what now you are telling the world.
Gift, let me pause you, Gift. Can we, because I want us to talk well, can we point out differences, between what has happened in Rivers State and what has happened at the national? Now, some may argue that, of course, the Labour Party has got these issues. Whether it is issues that can be solved is another matter. So are there differences? Are there similarities? That's what I want to hear. That's where I want to focus on.
Man of the people, the challenge in PDP is worse off.
How is it?
You know that this challenge in PDP started in the primaries of PDP that led to Kwankwaso forming his own party.
I beg to differ, Gift, because the PDP has come out to say at the national level that there is no crisis in the party, that there is no crisis at all.
Do you know that Abure of Labour Party, anyone who cares to listen, Abure is telling you whether you are NLC or you are of that main Labour Party, and you are making noise, he will call you noise maker, whether you are Papa or whatever.
Now you see, you've called Abure, who is one of the people in the conflict. I'm saying the PDP as a body itself, not one person. Several people have come out to say there is no crisis in the party. That's what we're saying. Yeah, I'm listening.
a PDP card-carrying member for more than 15 years.
All right.
And I am telling you that anybody who is talking about that matter is only deceiving himself. Leaders and elders have been telling anyone who cares to listen that PDP, in fact, people will tell you PDP is in tatters. But when they want to talk about this River State matter, they will turn around and tell you PDP is sliced bread.
But they had what's it called now? A BOT meeting. All the stakeholders were there, and they had a peaceful resolution. Anyways, Gift, I've got to go. I'm really sorry there. I've got Clinton standing by, calling from Bury. Clinton, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you for that once more.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Politics in Rivers State have always been taken to another level.
Okay.
The way we play politics is not like how they play in other states. From the first day to the last day is always politics in Rivers State. And how does that benefit you and I in Rivers State? That's the problem. And I've been speaking on this platform that what we want in Rivers State is peace, because peace engenders development.
Okay.
As a Rivers youth, I am affected by the crisis going on in the state. In that there is no governance. If you can never say that it's slow, there is no governance.
That's relative. That's entirely your opinion. Some other person will tell you that there is very good governance. So
it's
relative.
All right. How be it? How be it? What we want in Rivers State is how we can see the state making progress. How we can see development come to the trenches, the localities. So I'm calling on all parties, like the lawyer said, let all parties sheath their sword and come together and work for the betterment of Rivers State.
Now, Clinton, is that even possible? Is that a possibility? Because yet again, I asked the question, looking back at the about 9 months, were there opportunities for the people, for the political actors to have come together for the interest of the people and say, okay, you know what, I messed up here, so I'm going to be punished according to the law. Let's even say, okay, defection is illegal, and so I've defected and I should be punished. Could they have done that and say, oh, you know what, let's have a by-election and let's make this work? These other people could have said, I don't know, could they have come to some point where the people, looking back at the 9 months?
Yeah, if you look at the initial point of this crisis, there was a point where the governor and the ex-minister were about to shake hands. In fact, they did shake hands when the president of the country called them to a round table. But there are some persons, Canada, benefiting from this crisis, instigating both parties. And that is why this matter escalated, multiplicity of court cases everywhere. So we are saying that those gladiators, those play the spoiler game, should stop.
All right,
for Rivers State.
All right, Clinton,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We've got Real Gift from Port Harcourt Township. Real Gift, welcome. I'd like to hear what's on your mind. Please tell me.
Good afternoon to you, Chief K.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Thank you very much. You know, from the community where I come from, we are told that the goat owned by the community suffers from malnutrition.
Okay.
And that is what is happening in Rivers State today, because these different factions fighting, which is supposed to be like the goats, is affecting development in Rivers State. So let's tell ourselves the simple truth. Not like you said earlier, it's not as if the governor is not moving. It's moving. But the truth is that there are certain appointments and certain issues that he is supposed to put in place. He has not put in place because of this crisis. Let's tell ourselves the simple truth here. And like you try to, I'm not educated, not am I learned, but you try to draw inference between what is happening in Rivers State and what happened in the National Assembly yesterday. Ordinarily, most times, it has happened in such a way that those who are defecting to join the party of the speaker or the Senate president.
Interesting. Okay.
And ordinarily, from what we've read in the Constitution, it is the speaker that is supposed to declare their seat vacant.
So let me understand your real gift. So it means that this lawmaker, if we should go by the natural argument, let's leave the politics in River State now. If we should go by the lawmaker who defected at the upper chamber, the red chamber, is supposed to have lost his seat. Do you think so?
Of course, it's there in the Constitution.
Interesting.
Of course. But, like I said, the caveat there is that it is the speaker, not a court of law, or not a member of the parliament that will not say this person is supposed to lose his seat. No, it is the speaker. And because of the type of politics we play, these people defecting most times. Okay, take the case of former president of the Senate, Saraki, Dr. Bukola Saraki. When he defected alongside other persons. But because he was still the speaker, there is no way he would declare his own seat vacant. Or declare that seat vacant, not declaring his own. So of course, they mingle together. And that is the issue here. Like you talked about truth. Of course, truth is possible. And I've said it before. In every war situation, war doesn't solve any situation.
Okay.
All right. Because at the end of the day, people will sit down to see discuss, to agree, and sign. All
right. Real gift. I've got to go. I've got Mufasa, who's been waiting. Mufasa from NTO Road. I'm really sorry. Apologies for keeping you. Welcome on the show. What is on your mind?
No, it's okay. Thank you very much, Canada, for the opportunity.
Let's talk, please.
Well, I would want to throw the line of the last caller. I mean, you see, they say if abomination stays too long in a society or community, it becomes a way of life, and it's quite unfortunate.
I agree.
Nigeria has become a youth crime scene. Now, we have provisions in our constitution that state that if you defect, of course, there's a caveat, but then again, I still want to believe that even the people who call themselves lawmakers understand what is in the Constitution.
Of course they do. They all do. I agree with you. They all do.
Yes, but I will not argue with them because the people who have elected those people who defected, they've not come out to say that we want the right thing to be done. And if nobody would come out to say that these people have done what is against the constitution of our land, then, I mean, they will have a field day. But let me just quickly say this, that what is currently happening in River State is as a result of greed, selfishness, and desperation of politicians. Now, we have a governor who was elected by the people. And naturally, the governor should be respected.
True.
Whether you are the person that supported him to become governor or not, that is immaterial. But the moment you want to undermine the office of the governor of a state, it becomes a problem. Let us not deceive ourselves. When you are so desperate to the extent that you fail to understand that you cannot remain in power forever.
Mufasa. Now let's do this now. I think you've said some good things. So disrespecting the governor is what has got us here. So how do we get it right? Is it possible to get it right? Can we start respecting the governor? If we do, because Mufasa, let me paint a picture for you. 27 lawmakers, embattled lawmakers, emphasis on that, would also mean that there is the possibility that 27 constituencies are not properly represented if we should go by one side of the argument. If we should go by the other argument, it means that 27 lawmakers are represented, but instead of representing the people, they are in some political battle where the people don't feel the dividends of democracy. So how do we get it right? That's the essence of this conversation.
Good. And it's quite unfortunate because, like you rightly said, they are supposed to represent the people. But now you see that they said to act pro-individual lawmaker. I don't want to call anybody's name. Ordinarily, before you take any decision as a lawmaker represent the people, you ought to have consulted your people. But
in an ideal situation.
Way forward. I think the way forward on this matter in River State is for the players, the gladiators, to understand that you must respect the authority that is in place, one. Then secondly, they must come to realize that the people, if this is what they want, they must accept the decision of the people. And if you sample opinion across River State today, you will feel the impulse of the people.
All right, so I think we should sample opinion
in every activities of government.
All right, Mufasa, I've got to go, but I do think we should sample opinion one of these days. I've got Ibiso from Odili Road. Ibiso, what is on your mind? I would like to hear.
You don't take my 4 minutes, too.
Sorry about that. Sorry, I took Mufasa's 4.
Okay,
welcome.
Just drag you to Bukola Saraki time when Amishi was the governor of Rivers State.
Okay.
When the PDP are holding the convention in Abuja, Bukola Saraki and Amishi and some other people move out and form NPDP.
Okay.
NPDP. And PDP was in crisis. So when they defeat that time, you understand? They defeat with Bukola Saraki.
So what crisis was? What crisis was? Ibiso, we're having a conversation because we're trying to learn.
Crisis in Rivers State.
Oh my!
And these people, the speaker read this letter. All of them defeat. No crisis.
Ibiso, now can I? Ibiso, can you hear me? All right, sorry. I guess you can't hear me, so I have to let that call go. When you say there was crisis, if you can hear me, so I'm a little bit confused because the PDP is still standing, right? The constitution is clear. It says a matter that is not resolvable, right? That cannot be resolved, right? Or a merger. So did any of that happen with the PDP? I wonder. So what are the similarities as to what has happened at the national and what happened here in Rivers State? What are the similarities? It's something that I'm trying to figure out on the show, and I was hoping you could help me. But we will return to this conversation. Open season. I just want to read some messages. This one says, I think the problem in Rivers State revolves around the following. One, political melancholy, that is, losers do not accept losing, therefore would fight for destruction. Inordinate gas for political recognition by people who see politics as the only means for survival. Extreme political emotion that drives the minds of many people in the state. Political ignorance that is making many people become political servitude. Finally, some of us have mentioned that Section 109 subsection G is never automatic. The law is explicit enough for common understanding, but some people have been brainwashed to believe in falsehood and political deceit. And Honorable Martin Ameode didn't declare a seat, nor the seats of his colleagues vacant, but some people have made us to believe that Honorable Edison Iya and 3 others suddenly became speaker. This is really laughable. I mean, I don't know if it's laughable. It's not laughable because I'm wondering why nobody is talking at the national level. Anyways, let's see. This one says, Dear Canada, what more do people need to know that parliamentary seats aren't automatically vacant once people defect? The last year sounds like the Supreme Court. They have set an example. Otherwise, let a competent court do so. The governor is not allowed by law to choose on his volition who to recognize but the law. The governor preempts the court, and that is okay. We're not here to judge the governor. We're not a court, right? But let's wait on the proper court to put paid to this imbroglio, you said. Don Rex, thank you very much. I do have a commercial coming up. This one says, from the detection of... I do have a commercial, my goodness. Okay. Maybe we would continue reading messages after I bring you the news update. But first of all, I would like to go in for a commercial break. Just stay tuned.
You are tuned